So I'm going to turn the recording on.
Recording in progress.
And let's create a safe space. I know you guys are familiar with the concept of a safe space, so no judgment at all. We all have questions about life and what should I do. And in this space, we are all the same. All of us want the same things. We have the same goals. We have the same desires. And so I know for a fact that any question that you ask me, I have asked at some point in time. So I get all excited. So this is no judgment here. All sorts of questions. And I don't want you to think, oh, this question is too small or not important enough. I can tell you, I can vouch for it, every question is important. Questions hold us back. We don't move forward until we have the answer. Right? That's why it doesn't matter what size the question is, that question is important. And no judgment, no repercussion. Nobody is going to say, oh, you asked me this. Nobody is going to say, you should remember. I cannot tell you how many times I worked on the same thing over and over and over and over again to move it forward. There's no repercussion. There's no grading going on. There's only a sincere desire to help and move people along. We're not taking from each other. There's more than enough for all of us. Right? So, love you all lots. And I do have one question that I'm going to address, but if you guys have questions, you go first. Kathy, do you have a question? You're muted again, so
I do. I try to mute in between. I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. I like people, and I like to do good things for people and with people and about people. And I know, well, I guess there's two people that come to mind. I have an old friend that I feel like she's just more distance from me, and you've already explained to me that things ebb and flow, and that's fine. And then I have a new person I know in the past year, and so when the thought of them come in, I decided I need to come up with something to say to myself so I can go on to another thought. So what I came up with is, we're all doing the best we can.
Yeah.
We're all doing the best we can. And then, because I don't want to think about them, because I don't think that's helpful, I want to think other good things. If I do think about them, I only think good things, but still, I just think it's better for me to go offline with it. So I'll listen to anything you say, any suggestion.
And what you just said is perfect, because when something's bothering you, if something happens and it bothers you, there's no point in thinking about it. It is much better to just get off the subject. Okay? Because that getting off the subject is the process of reducing momentum.
Mm-hmm.
When you reduce momentum, the red car, blue car, your red car, when you reduce momentum, the red car is running out of fuel. That is a very good thing. So that's why getting off the subject is a good thing. On the other hand, if something keeps showing up over and over and over again, then that means that now you've got a belief system that's attracting it over and over again.
Uh-huh.
And we don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have to do a 4-step process about the same thing over and over again. It's frustrating because what it makes you think is, God, I'm not able to look after this. Like, I should be able to get over this now. And if you have a thought like that, then your self-worth goes down. So it's not worth it. The frustration is not worth it. The reduction of self-worth is not worth it. because both those things bring you down the emotional scale. So that means I've got a belief and I need to work on that belief. And on the surface is something else, and underneath is something different.
Okay.
So I was actually having the same conversation, similar conversation, in the Unicorn Group chat. I was trying to help someone in the chat with a similar situation. And what I wanted her to understand was, hi Heather, hi Sarah, good to see you guys on Facebook. What I wanted her to understand is that there's something going on under the surface. It's showing up this way, but there's something underneath this. Because the way it shows up is never all encompassing of the beliefs that are underneath. So my question to you is, what's underneath? What do you think? So I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Very pointed question. Okay? I'm going to stir the pot. Okay? I'm going to scratch the wound a little bit.
I can handle it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, what do you think is going on in the mind of the person, the other person who keeps showing up in this way in your life? What is that person thinking about you?
That I'm doing something to irritate her or him. I'm doing something to irritate them.
No, I'm going to stop you right there. So I'm going to rephrase it and then you tell me. Okay?
Okay.
That person is thinking Kathy is irritating.
Okay. That person is thinking Kathy is too much.
Too much. Okay. But here's what I'm going to say to you, Kathy, too much. Unless you thought that you were too much, no one else would.
Okay.
So, Kathy, too much, why do you think you're too much?
Because I am more than lots.
There. That what you believe about you, the universe is just mirroring to you that you have a negative belief about you. And this person is just the messenger delivering the message. It's not about them. The universe is using them as a way to speak to you because there's something in you that you need to change.
Okay.
Because that thing that's going on inside you is preventing you from having better relationships. And at the end of the day, Kathy, too much, you want better relationships.
Yes.
That's what you want. In fact, the reason you are too much is because you want better relationships.
Yes.
So you want to get in there and help.
Right.
But sometimes people don't want the help.
Right.
Right? Your intention
Right.
is always good.
Right. And I have tried, unconsciously to be aware of that and only help if somebody asks. I don't even put in comments anymore lots of times because I want to, give people space or a person space, something like that. So for me, Kathy, too much, what do I need to do for myself and I don't know if the Kathy too much came about when I was younger. I can't imagine it did, but it might have come about when...
No. I'm going to stop you right there. Okay? The reason I'm going to stop you is because Kathy too much is a very good thing. Kathy does not need to become less.
Okay.
Kathy just... Yeah, you don't. Kathy just needs to categorize being too much as being a good thing rather than categorizing being too much as being a bad thing. You yourself are categorizing something about yourself as a negative, Whereas it is not a negative unless you classify it as negative. You tell yourself that you're too much and it's not a good thing.
And how do I recategorize myself? So, for example, at the adult school, it was a gift that I was
Yes.
Kathy too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a gift for 25 years. Those students had never experienced anything like that. But then sometimes yeah.
Okay. So let me tell you something that I hope is going to help you. Okay? We can have this really big personality for everyone except the people who live with us. Because you have two aspects to your personality. You, the mother, the wife, the sister, okay? The family side. And you have an outside the home side. We all do. Okay? The people who are the closest to you, they don't want to be preached to by you. They want you to be the mother. They want you to be the sister. They don't want you to be the fixer. Okay? Unless they ask you to be the fixer.
Right.
Right?
Right.
When they say, Mom, can you fix this? Then Mom becomes a fixer. But aside from that, Mom should always be just the mother. Outside, the things that you do that make you feel accomplished, that make you feel of value to others, that's a whole other ball game. You see? So, as far as my children are concerned, not a single word do I ever breathe about law of attraction. I do not teach them. I trust that they will learn from me because of the way I behave, not because of what I say. Okay? But when I'm wearing my teacher cap, I will teach you. Because I feel that people are gathering around me because they want that from me. Right? So you pick and choose where you want to put that hat on. Okay?
And then what happens when there's like peripheral people out there, not my children, because I really have gotten really good about that now, in the past year, that are out there and they're watching that and it somehow bothers them. Like one or two people that it could
Not
bother
your
them.
problem.
Like,
It's
why
not
is
your
she
problem.
doing so much?
It's not your problem.
Okay.
If it bothers them, it's not your problem. They will not want to have anything to do with you, and you've got to be okay with it. You don't.
I'm okay with that.
You don't have to win everyone over.
Okay.
Okay.
But when it comes up into my head about that person, I can just say we're all doing the best we can. I mean, that's an okay thing to say.
Well,
and then I
yes.
can go on to another thought.
But the thing is, Kathy too much is not for everyone.
Okay.
Okay? I go very deep into the philosophy of spirituality and law of attraction. Most teachers teach at the surface level. But I don't care if all the people in the world are not gathering around me to listen. I have the right people gathering around me to listen. That's all. So the right people who can see your heart are gathering around you. They love you. They love Kathy too much. Right? And then, but everyone does not need to.
Right. I love this. I'm going to say to myself, not everybody wants to be with Kathy too much.
Exactly. That's totally okay. It's their choice. It's their choice.
I like that.
They're not able to handle you. Let them go.
Right. Okay.
There's abundance in the world.
Oh, yes. Yes. I just don't want to do anything wrong to people. It makes me feel sad, but that's okay.
But you can't. You can't.
Right.
You cannot do anything wrong because there is no such thing as a wrong and a right. It's a matter of perspective.
Okay.
You can't control another person's perspective. Just your own. So if someone doesn't get you, stop trying to make them get you.
Yeah, no, I do stop. I have learned to stop. I don't do that anymore.
Right?
But the thought comes in my head. But so now I know what to
Yeah.
do. I can just say, not everybody wants to be around Kathy.
Well, but that's not even the main thing, Kathy. That's an
Okay.
ancillary thing. That's a way to handle the situation. But the main thing here is for you to stop thinking that Kathy being bigger than life is a problem.
Okay.
You are not the problem. You are wonderful. People are inspired by your energy. What you call being too much is inspirational. It's amazing. You living a full life, making sure you go to Orange Theory every single morning. Even when you're visiting Canada, you're looking for Orange Theory. Like, that's inspiring.
Okay.
The amount of work that you pull and the things that you do, that is all inspiring. Don't shy away from it. Don't shrink so that someone else can seem bigger. You don't have to shrink.
Okay.
And if they can't deal with you now, that's okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't diminish yourself at all. You are perfect.
Okay.
Stop telling yourself that you being too much is bad. It's not.
Okay.
It's inspiring. It's amazing. It's fantastic. We all want to be like you. Yeah. I want to be like Kathy at 72.
Okay.
Full of energy, running around, traveling, creating reunions, doing all of this. That's awesome, Kathy.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I got it. Thank you.
You are welcome.
And yes, I'll be here in the morning, and if you're here in the afternoon, I'll be here in the afternoon.
Love you so much. All good.
You too. Thank you.
Hi, Jessica. Hi, Cheryl, Patrick. So good to see you guys. Awesome. Drop a comment. Drop a comment. If someone's on the call and I don't know that you're there, it's only because Facebook is not telling me. So drop a comment and then I'll see. Alan, good to see you here. Awesome. All right, let's keep going. Amanda, did you have a question?
Sure, thanks. And I guess it kind of just surfaced in the last minute or so, but I feel like I'm here. I might get a little emotional, but I feel like I'm here for a really big purpose, and it is to help raise the consciousness of humanity to its highest potential. That's why I'm here. And sometimes people tell me, well, you can't save the world or can't save everyone. And they say this to me, and I'm just like, you're wrong. And I'm really looking for ways to be able to do that to the best of my reach that I can. And I guess maybe I don't really know what my question is, but I just wanted to say that. And is it okay for me to think like that? Because anything is possible. So why can't I help everyone somehow at some point? You know, I don't know, I guess you always see a different issue when I ask a question, so I'm just curious what you were going to say to me after this.
Love you so much. I think we already started our conversation in Messenger before this call.
So,
This is just leading up, this is just following that conversation, that same thread. The thing, Amanda, and I pointed that out to you, is you want the same thing I want. You want impact.
yeah.
Impact. one by one. Instead of thinking, I want to impact the whole world, which makes it a very big task. And then it seems like, how am I ever going to do that? Because it seems like a big task. But anytime your vision is very big, you change the vision into a goal that is small, that is attainable. Can you change one life? Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. If you keep changing one life at a time,
Mm-hmm.
it's a domino effect. You will not change the whole world. You will change a few people who will change the world.
With a ripple effect?
Exactly.
Is that what you mean?
That's right.
Okay.
You're putting into place dominoes. You're one of my dominoes. Okay? And then you're putting into place dominoes that carry that ripple forward, and that's how you're impacting the world.
That sounds awesome.
So you are impacting the world. You're just not seeing the impact that you're having. And it's turned that around. Seeing is believing. No, believe, and then you will see. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So the most powerful impacts in the world are invisible. The people who ask for limelight are not the ones leading the impact. Because the people who are so sure of themselves, they don't care about the limelight. Because they really are after the impact, not the glory. Right? So, and then there are a lot of people who want the glory. To them, that glory, that recognition is equal to impact. But just think about it. The grandmother whose flock gathers around her has impact, has that ripple effect. The pastor whose congregation gathers around them has an impact. It's an invisible vibration. Impact is an invisible vibration. You do have impact, massive impact. Just the way you show up, the way you speak, the way you interact is creating ripples, and people are learning from watching you.
Awesome.
So you already have the impact. You're just not seeing it because it's a ripple that goes from, it's a domino. It goes from you to the next person to the next person. Because you smiled at someone, their day changed. And because their day changed, they changed someone else's. Somebody learned something from you that changed the way they look at life. Because it changed the way they look at life, their decision making changed. Because their decision making changed, the impact goes way beyond you. You just don't see it. So it feels like, I'm not having an impact. I'm not having the impact that I want to have.
Well, then that's neediness.
It's the need to see. It's the need to see the end result. But instead of seeing it, just know it.
Aw, thank you.
Just know it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And people will tell you. People will tell you there's something different about you. I don't know what it is, but there's something, you make me feel comfortable. There's something different about you.
Yeah, I hear that a lot, actually.
That's your impact.
Mm. Great. I'll just keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. Your impact is huge. Awesome. Hi, Mano.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Catherine. Good to see you guys. Awesome. All right. Akbar, so good to see you here.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, everyone. I was going to ask you a question actually. About your LOA journey. Because I don't know too much about it. I just want to know like when did it actually start and what you learned throughout your journey.
Well, how much time do you have? We're going to be here for a while. Okay, ask me a more specific question because that's so broad, literally.
Oh, okay.
Ask me more specific.
Okay, so what inspired you to make change? What inspired you to do the inner work to make changes in your life?
My life was so rotten, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to find a way, and if I had the money to buy a solution, I would have bought it, but because I didn't have the money to buy a solution, I looked for ways to create a solution that didn't require money.
Right.
So
Okay.
the answer was, oh, maybe I can change my life by changing my mindset. Let's go. That I can do.
Was it? Was there any particular teacher you followed initially, and then started to introduce other teachers to start changing the way you think?
So the thing about me is that I was asking philosophical questions at age 6. And I was reading non-fiction material at age 14. So I can't even count how many teachers, how many books, how many questions through my life. And it has all come together. I can say that I absolutely love Dr. Wayne Dyer, Bob Proctor, Deepak Chopra, and Abraham Hicks. I can say that. These teachers came into my life at a much later stage, but I was always into figuring out how life works. So it's been one tiny step at a time. It hasn't been like I went into a cave and came out and suddenly I was awakened, or I sat under a tree and an apple fell on my head and suddenly I was enlightened. Nothing like that happened.
Right.
It was tiny little steps that added up. And until I got to the realization, and that realization changed everything for me. And the realization was, oh, I'm actually channeling. This is what people do when they're channeling. I didn't have that conscious realization that I was channeling until a couple of years ago, maybe 15 years ago, that I had that conscious awareness. Oh, I'm channeling. And then I wanted to hide it. Oh no, people will find out that I channel and they'll think I'm a weirdo. So I have to hide it. Nobody better find out that I channel. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually I started having the confidence and the self-worth to say, no, this is who I am and I completely own it. So that's a summary. A lot happened along the way.
Wow. But to get from the stage where you didn't want to be seen and heard to actually doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. because
Wow.
that was um, that was a huge transformation, but along that transformation were so many tiny steps and some big steps. Bankruptcy was not a small step, it was a big step. My son being taken away by his father, that was not a small step, it was a big step. There were a lot of small steps, then there were a lot of big steps in between that happened. My mother got sick. She was, still is, the pivotal person in my life is my mother. And so a lot of big things happen and a lot of small things happen, but it all comes together because it all makes you who you are.
Right.
Right?
Wow.
So ask me another specific question. Specific.
Okay.
What do you want to know about me?
I wanted to know, like, what routine did you start off with, and how did you evolve your routine so that you can, start your day well, keep your vibe up, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So gratitude and appreciation were the hardest thing for me to remember to do. So I put yellow stickies all over my house to remember to practice appreciation. But I think that the thing that really changed my life completely is pre-paving. That's why I say forget everything, just pre-pave. Because pre-paving is the process of heart and mind alignment. And the more you pre-pave, the better life gets. But I started with just pre-paving in the morning and pre-paving before I went to sleep. And I noticed that I started falling asleep. I was an insomniac. Like I could not sleep. If I woke, and especially if I woke up, if something woke me up in the night, I couldn't fall back to sleep. And I noticed that because of my pre-paving, that changed. So I knew it was working because there was nothing else that I changed. I guess, Akbar, one of the things that I will say really helped me to know that the work I was doing was making a difference is that I didn't do everything all at once. So being a scientist, having a science microbiology background, I'm used to the scientific method. Only change one variable at a time. Don't change everything all at once. Changing one thing at a time makes it easy to focus on just that one thing. And then, because nothing else has changed, you can also see whether or not changing that one thing had any impact. So in my law of attraction actual practice, making it like a lifestyle, I only changed one variable at a time. So I started pre-paving, and then by the end of 6 months of just pre-paving, nothing else, I wasn't appreciating, I wasn't meditating, I wasn't doing any journaling or anything else. Just pre-paving, 6 months later, I could see the impact pre-paving had on me. Then I said, oh, this works. What more can I do? And then I introduced a few affirmations. I had an affirmation on my bathroom mirror. I had a few affirmations that became my core beliefs about life. Okay, so then I introduced those. I think appreciation came later, and after appreciation came meditation. So meditation didn't become part of my practice, maybe for a couple of years actually. So I've added things one by one by one. And I've been able to gauge the impact of each thing on my life. But what I noticed by the time I wrote the 40-day workbook, I noticed that if I don't do these things, I'll be going really well. Lots of positive momentum, and then I stop doing my appreciation, and I stop doing my affirmation, and I stop doing my meditation, and suddenly life doesn't go as smoothly as it was before. It takes about a week for things to start changing, and then you're like,
Wow.
no, let me go back. I know what's good for me. Right? So
Right.
then that's how I got to a point where I decided there's no point in ever stopping. I should just keep going. Look at this boy. This is my boy.
Oh. Wow.
This is my
Beautiful cat.
doggy. So pre-paving always gets done. A few affirmations I have always happen because they are just the way I live life. They are reminders. Affirmations are reminders of how to look at life. All things are possible. Things are always working out for me. The future can be better than the past. Right? They are just, this is a way of looking at life.
Mm.
So you need those reminders. Okay? So now for me, it's just how I do things. So the result of all of this is I don't plan a lot. I have wishes, but I don't plan a lot. Things just seem to happen on their own. I am very calm, which I was never before. I was like, I say that and I say it in all seriousness. I don't say it as a joke. I was literally the toy that you wind up and you put on the ground and it keeps going round and round until it's depleted. Okay?
Wow. Right.
Yeah. All right. So another question?
Yeah. Was there things that you kind of my question is, were there things that you thought would work and then decided to let go
Yeah.
of? Because
Totally.
of time, because you're at a
Totally.
point where things are going better for you.
No, not because things are going better. The only reason I stopped using tools is because I didn't think the tool was working. So I stopped doing affirmations because I had a list of 150 affirmations and they didn't do zilch for me. I stopped doing visualization because it wasn't working for me. But then I figured out why it wasn't working and then I brought it back. I figured out why affirmations were not working and I figured it out and then I brought it back.
Oh, okay. So with the visualization, and the affirmation, was it a case of was there something like a belief that you had
Yes, absolutely.
about it that was
No, not about it. I believed that the tool worked. I just didn't know why it wasn't working for me. And I found out that it wasn't working for me because I was needy.
right?
Anytime you use a tool to make something happen, it backfires. It doesn't work. You got to do the tool without neediness. Then it works.
Or detachment, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
What about if someone was going for something that no, I'm not saying urgent, but like they wanted something to happen in a week's time, for example.
Then you've added resistance, you've added neediness, because I need this to happen within a week is a very different energy than, wouldn't it be nice if this happened at some point in time?
Right.
Neediness does not produce results unless sometimes we are so needy that we don't care about anything anymore. So you watch people go to this level of neediness where nothing matters anymore, and because nothing matters anymore, they let go all their negative beliefs. So neediness will slow you down until you can't take it, it's unbearable, and then you just let it go. And that's why when people hit rock bottom, they rise. Yeah. So neediness keeps them going down the emotional scale until there's nothing left to lose. And when there's nothing left to lose, then you rise from the ashes. Because now you don't care anymore. The bad thing's already happened. Once it's already happened, the fear's gone. When the fear's gone, now you can rise. Phoenix rises from the ashes because the fear is gone. So people try to prevent the bad thing from happening, and that wanting to prevent something from happening puts the focus in the wrong place. It puts the focus on the problem instead of putting it on the solution. It's a very different energy. I've got to stop this bad thing from happening within a week. If I can't stop it, all hell is going to break loose, is a very different energy from saying, oh, I've got all the time in the world. And then you get to the end of the week and that thing that you were afraid of happens, then it's like, okay, now I just have to pick up the pieces. So when you say I've just got to pick up the pieces, your attention is again on solution. You're not trying to prevent the problem. So it's always that shift of the focus. Very important, where you put your focus.
Right. Okay.
That's where trust comes in, Akbar. Because trust means there is a way, I can't see it. That doesn't mean it's not there. I'm going to allow myself to be led. And if you have that attitude, then forget about a week, you can have things happen overnight.
Yeah.
Okay?
So is that just finding the trust in the universe, putting your trust in the universe to take care of you if to take care of you if you don't see you're just focused on the problem rather than the solution.
The simple answer, Akbar, is to not be afraid. Do whatever it takes to not be afraid. So I remember when my daughter first started her swimming lessons, she was so afraid of getting in the water. Her teacher was so kind. Her swim teacher would stand there, hold her hand and say, it's going to be okay. I've got you. I've got you. So she borrowed the confidence of her teacher to get into the water. The universe does not appear, God does not appear to us directly. God appears through people or things, right? So, but sometimes we are so caught up that because we can't see the way, we feel as if there is no way. But there is always a way, because you always have the universe there looking after you.
Yeah.
But it's hard to... So imagine my daughter, 6 years old, going into the water. Was she 6? I don't remember anymore, but she was little. Going into the water and the teacher's not there. No one else is there. Now she has to tell herself, I'm going to be okay. I can do this. What happens is we don't do that. We say, I don't know if I can do this. What if I can't do this? I'm going to drown. And if I drown, it's going to be the end of everything. And then that creates fear. So the main enemy is the fear. All the instructor did for her was to replace fear with confidence. Fear is the enemy. And we talk about trust because trust replaces fear.
Yeah.
Okay? Fear is the main problem. So in any situation, like if you have 1 week and you've got to make a decision about something or do something, you got to ask yourself, what would give me more confidence? What would alleviate the fear? So when people are faced with life and death kind of situations, like I'm going to die because the doctor has told me I only have 24 hours to live, right? So now it's like the fear that thing has already happened, the thing that you were afraid of, so then you're not afraid anymore. Have you noticed some people, when they get a diagnosis like that, they start living it up. They want to do everything. They want to, get everything done within that time frame. Because their fear goes away. But there's this other group of people whose fear does not go away, because the fear of death is replaced with the fear of leaving people behind and not having done this and not having done this. So one type of fear replaces another type of fear. But if you can find a way to let go the fear and say, okay, I can't prevent this, I might as well make the best of it, then the fear's gone. The main thing is fear. There's no point in being afraid. Fear holds us back.
Right. Okay. So that you could do that with pre-paving, isn't it? Just like practice.
All of it. Appreciation, pre-paving, visualization, affirmations, all of them in one way or another are tools for making you feel more confident.
I've just got one more question. Obviously the emotional scale, and if you were still pre-paving it and on the emotional scale you're still on the lower rung of the scale, obviously you need to think better thoughts to move up the scale, isn't it? But you could still pre-pave and still be would the changes take place slowly if you're trying to learn to pre-pave?
Your life changes at the speed at which you reduce your fear.
Right.
Okay? Pre-paving is a way of reminding you not to be afraid. Basically, that's all it is. It's about, this is my intention, I'm going to pay attention to my intention. So fear goes away. See, for example, I'm having a meeting with someone, and before I go into the meeting, I can have a fearful thought. What if this meeting doesn't work out in my best interest? That's fear-based. But if I pre-pave, then I say to myself, I'm going into this meeting, it's going to be a fantastic meeting, I want to have a good time, and I want to leave the other person feeling good. That's it. Now there's no fear, because I'm not focusing on things going wrong, I'm focusing on things going right. Even though I'm not focusing on a specific outcome, and this is why I teach emotional goal setting. Your goal should be the emotion, not the result. If your goal is the result, you introduce attachment to the outcome into the equation. But if your goal is the emotion, you can always achieve the emotion, regardless of the monetary goal or regardless of the whatever materialistic goal.
When you say emotional goal setting, do you mean feeling really good by sort of seeing how you would feel if you had it?
Feeling good is sometimes too big a stretch. What you want is to feel okay. Either way. Whichever way this goes, I'm going to be okay. I feel okay. I feel satisfied. That's very different from saying, I want to feel good. Because when you say, I want to feel good, and you expect a materialistic outcome, you introduce attachment to that outcome into the equation. So you use the word detachment, and that's a beautiful word. And so with anything that you approach, ask yourself, am I detached enough? Because if you are detached, what is there to be afraid of?
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. Awesome. Really good questions, Akbar. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm sorry if anyone else didn't get any.
That's
were
okay.
able to ask
No.
you questions.
No, you're good. You're good. I don't see any questions on Facebook. I see a couple of people are still attending on Facebook, but I don't see any questions coming up on Facebook. People on Facebook, if you have a question, you can drop it in the chat, or you can grab the Zoom link from the events page and come and join us on Zoom. If there are no questions, I'm going to go ahead and close the call. So back to you, Amanda. Any questions come up through that discussion?
Nothing quick or
Awesome.
no, not at
Pretty
the moment,
good.
thanks.
You're feeling satisfied. That's good.
Oh yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. Akbar, any last questions before we close the call?
No. I think if I do have any, I'll do it next time or
Yeah,
contact.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you for sharing your journey.
No problem.
How things went.
Always
insightful.
happy. Always happy to share. No problem there. I forgot actually that there was a question in the chat in the channel, and it was somebody who was saying, why does this person always rub off the wrong way with me? And before I close, I just want to quickly address that question. It is because on the surface, it seems like it's this person and they always rub me off the wrong way. But underneath it are other beliefs. So what I was talking about in there, and it was really good, was that okay, so it's about someone always wanting to be in your face. Well, if you feel that someone is always in your face, you got to ask yourself what your beliefs are about people who are always in your face. And I'm going to say, notice what comes up, because on the surface it seems I don't like these people who are pushy. Okay? But underneath it is the belief pushy people can push me into doing things I don't want to do. Okay? Pushy people can take advantage of me. So underneath that dislike for pushy people are beliefs about what pushy people can do to you, which makes you feel insecure in their presence. And those are the beliefs you need to work on. Because no one can control you. And you don't need to be afraid that someone is going to push you into doing anything that you don't want. Make sense? Yeah. So always, whatever is showing up on the surface is not the real reason. It is a culmination of many reasons. Notice when you say no to something. If you really analyze why you said no, you'll come up with a whole list of reasons why you said no, not one reason. Because it shows up as a no. No, I don't want to eat that, or I don't want to go there. And when you analyze that, I don't want to go there because it's going to take too long. I don't want to go there because I don't really like the people that I'll meet there. I don't want to go there because I don't think it's going to be fun enough. I don't want to go there because I don't think it's a good use of my time. See, all of those are the reasons. And if those reasons are valid reasons and you want to keep them, then keep them. But if the reasons that show up are reasons that confine you, See, that is why I use the word unlimited. We want to be unlimited. If anything confines us, we feel uncomfortable. So is a belief confining or is it unlimited? If something is confining me, then even if I do say no, I don't have to change my response and say yes. I can still say no, but I want to know if I should keep that belief, if that serves me, or I want to get rid of that belief. Oh, we have Dale Ann Stewart. Hi, Dale Ann. So we are just in the middle of Q&A, and if you have a question, I'm happy to help. Do you have a question? So you're muted. If you're speaking, I cannot hear you. There.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm not ready to ask questions yet, I don't think, except that I worry too much.
Worry has a reason, right? What are some of the things you worry about?
Mostly my children and grandchildren, that they're safe when they're driving and, they get hurt or they're sick.
Right. How does your worry help them?
That's what?
Doesn't help, right? So the thing about caring and worry is that energetically they are very different emotions. Worry feels bad, caring and love feels good.
Right.
So when you worry, you actually put love on pause.
Okay.
Because it's like oil and water, it doesn't mix. Worry and love are two very different emotions. If you close your eyes and you just feel worry in your body, how does it feel? Like if you have a worrisome thought, it feels horrible in your body. You can feel it, right? But if you close your eyes and you think of someone that you really love, and you think of a grandchild and hugging and kissing that grandchild, that feels really good in your body.
Okay.
So worry and love are not the same thing. Worry is not equal to love. So the question is, do you want to love or do you want to worry? Because you can only do one of them at a time. They don't mix. You want to love, right?
Right.
So then that's what you have to remind yourself. When you start worrying, you have to remind yourself that love just walked out the door.
Okay.
So bring love back in the door and let the worry go. Focus on the love.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's literally a mental switch. You pull the switch and you say, oh, I'm worrying. That means I sent love out.
Right.
I'm going to bring love back in and let the worry go out.
Okay.
And then actually close your eyes and feel the love.
Okay.
Because when you feel love, you are sending positive energy to the person. You know how we say, oh, send me your prayers. I'm not feeling well. I need some prayers. Well, that's in order to feel good, isn't it?
Right.
You don't ask people to send you their worry. Can you please worry about me so I can feel better? You don't say that, do you?
No.
Well, then that means you don't need worry. And you don't need to send worry to people. Because that's the opposite of what you want.
Okay.
Okay? We don't want people to worry about us, do we?
No.
But that's it then. Remember that.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you are welcome. That's all there is to it. It's very simple. All right, guys. If there are no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and close the call. Love you all lots. Watch the recording. Some really good questions happened tonight. I feel blessed to be here with all of you. And I look forward to our next Q&A. All right. Take care. Bye for
Thanks,
now.
Sarah. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.